over the weekend, former FBI official Peter Strzok, one of the individuals that Donald Trump loves to attack on Truth Social and formerly on Twitter, but Peter Strzok appeared on MSNBC to talk about all the problems that Donald Trump and his lawyers are currently facing in court. And here's the thing. Donald Trump's lawyers are not having a good time right now. Between the interview last week with Sean Hannity, where Trump said, "I can declassify with my mind," they were probably looking for Hillary's documents. So between all of that nonsense and, of course, Judge Ray Dearie, the special master, saying, "Hey, you guys basically had only a couple days to show me proof of all of these things and you didn't do it," yeah, I'd say it's a pretty rough go right now for Donald Trump's attorneys. But Peter Strzok pointed out something that I think we should all appreciate at this moment. And that is that Donald Trump is so used to getting his way. He's so used to being able to pull the wool over our eyes and fundraise off even the biggest scandals he's been involved in. And even though he's still doing that, it's not holding up in court. And that's the important thing, right? He's finally being tested in a way that he can't talk himself out of it. So let me read part of what Mr. Strzok had to say. At the end of the day, this has always been, from Trump's side, sort of a publicity stunt, something to fundraise off of, something he could take to his base and continue the narrative that somehow he has been wrongly investigated and the deep state is going after him and that he can use this to engender more support for this nonsense tale that he is trying to get away from any accountability for any potential criminal acts he engaged in. What's refreshing is that all of this nonsense in this land of MAGA make-believe hits the judicial system of the United States and it crumbles immediately. That's what you have seen from Judge Dearie, the special master, laying out an aggressive timeline saying, "We have heard you make the statements that you declassified them. We heard you make statements that evidence had been planted. Fine, by Friday, give details of exactly what you meant by that. And not only that, but by next month, by mid-October, to have a complete review of a privilege log for anything you claim as executive privilege, client attorney privilege as well." So basically, Judge Dearie is just out of patience with Trump and his lawyers. He's like, if you're going to go out there and make these outlandish claims in the media, you got to put up or shut up. Either provide evidence to back any of it up or shut your damn mouths. Because this is getting annoying already, and he's been on the job for like 2 hours at this point. A little bit longer, but you know what I mean. Like, this is probably the fastest anybody has ever grown exacerbated by Donald Trump in the history of humanity. But it's because these arguments aren't holding up. It's because there's no proof. You know, it is one thing to go out there and lie to the public every single day when you're not under oath. When you do have to be under oath, which is effectively what any filing in court is, suddenly things change. Suddenly you can't just make stuff up or else you're going to be in even more legal trouble. And that's why Donald Trump's lawyers are between a rock and a hard place, because they can't get him to shut up in the media. Hell, they won't even shut up in the media about it. But they also know that they cannot file these things in court. But it is also worth pointing out that this is the reason Trump has this set of very crappy lawyers. Because the good lawyers in the country refuse to take him on as a client for exactly this reason. Because he cannot be controlled, because he cannot be shut up. They would love for him to be shut up, but they can't. So that's why the good, competent lawyers backed away from this case, and he's left with these ridiculous, morons, in my opinion, who have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea how to control him. And they're currently fighting an uphill battle that I don't see them with any chance of winning.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.